is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. It's the night before OU Texas Red River rivalry. I'm amped up already, Jay. I know you are too. It's been a long day and a good day, but welcome to the Sooner Surge.
What's going on, man? It's the night before. It kind of felt like a slow week to me. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe people thought this has been a fast week. I have not seen it that way. It's been pretty slow, I think. But it's here, Jerm. Tomorrow, big game. Big game and it's a game OU needs to win. They need to go in there and win this game tomorrow.
Can you talk any more ridiculous takes? It's stupid. I hate that. I hate that comment. I've heard it 10 times today. I'm done with it.
What comment?
OU needs to win tomorrow. Duh. It's a game OU needs to win. Yeah, they need to win it, Jay.
Cool, Jerm. What do you want to talk about?
You need to win every game in front of you. You need to win every game in front of you, dude.
Jerm. Cool.
Get the grills going.
Get the grill going. He turns his camera off. It's kind of weird. Not quite sure. Get on here and rip somebody for a comment and he leaves. Pretty cool. Okay. Aaron says no one's word is worth anything. Yeah, we're talking about guys committing to Oklahoma. They got a commitment tonight from Jacob Curry, the linebacker, who I mean 2026 guy 4-star. So I think that's a good get for Brent Venables. They had talked about it last week that was probably going to happen, and now it did. He's committed. Sounds like he's going to be in Norman, so that's good. That's good for Oklahoma. Yeah, the 2027ers are the 2 5-stars they got on the O-line. What happened?
Just kids' bedtime, man. It's been a long day, Jay. It's been a long day. You know, we had the it's just been a long day, Jay. So kids are, fighting that bedtime, Jay.
Well, am I your kid? Am I going to bed right now?
No, I was talking about in the other room, Jay. Hey.
You yelled at me.
Definitely not yelling.
You yelled at me and then you left.
Yeah, I yelled at you because your take was terrible.
I didn't have a take.
It's a game they need to win.
They need to go win tomorrow, Jerm. Yeah.
I hope they need to. I'm just kind of, Jay, I guess what I'm saying is I'm done talking about the game. Like, obviously it's a game OU's got to win. It's a game Texas has to win. In fact, Texas probably needs to win it more than OU does, Jay.
I think both need the game, Jerm, equally. I think they both need this game equally. So
it'd be great for OU to win this game. John Mateer, the latest, Pete Thamel puts out again. He's tweeted more this week about OU and what's happening at OU than maybe in the last 2 years combined.
Did he tweet today?
Tonight.
What did he say?
Another availability report. Still probable.
I thought Pete Nakos.
Still probable, Jay.
I thought Pete Nakos was saying if he could grip a ball tomorrow, he'll be a go.
Pete Thamel put another one out tonight, Jay.
Did he have Mateer in an OU uniform this time or in Washington?
I didn't click on the link, but
hey, a lot of people look like they're in Dallas on this chat. Already there, getting ready for the game tomorrow. Yeah. Weather's gonna be warm. It's gonna be a warm game tomorrow. Conditioning will be a factor, I would think.
And if you base it on what OU's look like conditioning this year, it's been good. In fact, how many guys have you seen cramp up this year, Jay?
Not very many. I mean, they haven't had really hot game though, except Temple. Temple was the only one game they had.
But they're playing more guys too. That makes a difference. That makes a difference. I don't know that we're going to midnight. We said we'd go a little longer. I'm not sure about midnight, Jay.
Yeah. Hey, goalish. That game, by the way, North Texas was winning that game, and now they were getting curb stomped. It was 41-21. Have you watched any of that game?
Jay, I walked in the door about 9:27.
That North Texas quarterback has a funky little mechanical throw. It's interesting.
Now, I agree that people will start doubting BV for sure. I'm talking about, and I agree, OU needs to win the game, Jay. I kind of went off on you when you said that. My point in what I said was, in the grand scheme of this year, record-wise, Texas is pretty much done if they lose. That's what I meant.
What you're saying is, yeah, OU could definitely lose this and still, if they finish the season strong. The problem is, you lose this game.
The doubts could happen.
This might be one of the more winnable games you have coming up. I mean, the way they played. Hey, Moses, thank you so much, man. Moses, appreciate it. Really
Thank
do.
you so much.
We need to win by any means necessary, plain and simple. Yeah. Who you got in Missouri, Alabama, Jerm? Who you got? I know
it's at Missouri, and they're a good running team. It just fits into Bama's hands too much. Simpson's been playing really well. They figured some things out. I think they're not going to walk into a stadium and overlook anyone right now, Jay. So I've got Bama.
I got Bama as well. I think it's going to be a close game, but I got Bama winning.
What about Rutgers tonight?
What? Who are they playing?
Well, last time I saw it was 10-7 at Washington.
Rutgers?
Yes.
What is it? Just start or something, or is it halfway through? Or
it was about halftime.
Really?
You got MLB going on in Seattle, and by the way, that game was 2-2, Jay. That's game 5, correct?
That's it. That's the one. Yeah. Hey, Jen, thanks so much for Jen's at the North Texas game and drops a super. I mean,
thank you, Jen. Appreciate you very much.
That's cool, Jen. Appreciate that. Enjoy the game there in North Texas out there in Denton. Maybe they can make a comeback because their second half it wasn't looking good for North Texas.
Look. There's no way you can predict anything in this game. And it's really kind of that way in a lot of football today. Like, you just never know. OU's got to play well to win. They're not going to go in there and not play well and win.
You can predict things. Like, you could predict that tomorrow OU's D-line's going to have a good game.
Yeah.
You could probably predict that. There's some things based off their play this year that you can tell. But one thing you can't ever know is the turnovers and all that. That's what you just don't know. Now corrections, man. Thanks, corrections.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, corrections. Says in the shortened season tomorrow, give them nothing but take from them everything. Boomer.
Take everything. Yeah. Take everything. Now, I saw Greg God say, "Who cares about baseball?" Where go look at the stadium. It's in all the baseball right now. It's electric.
Well, maybe Jerm. Maybe all the Washington fans are at the Seattle game.
No, because Washington had a crowd too, it looked like. Hey, it doesn't matter. It's Rutgers. Michael, I disagree with this take. And you can come at me right now if you want. I know we're going to open the phone lines later, but I get that Texas lost to Florida. And Texas lost to Ohio State. I don't think Texas is worse than South Carolina, personally. I think Texas's defense is pretty good. I think a lot of OU fans want to just say, not only is OU going to win, but if they lose or whatever, Texas is the worst team they have to play yet the rest of the way. That's not true. They're better than Missouri. Like, who you taking in a neutral field game right now, Michael? Texas or Missouri? Come on.
I think a lot of people are going to take Missouri in that.
There's a
lot of people picking Missouri to beat Alabama, Jerm.
I don't see it, Jay. They got Hardy. That's it.
I'm just saying there are a lot of people picking that, though. Now, you could look at Texas one of two ways. Yeah, they haven't looked good, but you could also
maybe a fraud.
You could also look at the fact that they haven't looked good, and they lost by 7 to Ohio State on the road. They lost by 7 or 8 to Florida, and they played horrible. But here's the thing. We talked about this all week. You are what you are at this point, are you not? Like
I agree, but like this comment, Texas would be a bad loss. I'm sorry. Look, OU needs to beat Texas. OU's favored. OU needs to beat Texas. You're right. All that is right. It's also OU Texas. You never know. By the way, OU losing to Texas is always a bad loss in the fact that you lose to Texas.
Yeah, it's always a loss.
But in a breakdown, it's not going to be one of their bad losses necessarily. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it depends on how you're looking at bad loss. Like for instance,
how they lose also.
Do you consider Georgia's last 9 games versus Alabama all bad losses? because they've lost to Alabama 7 of the last 8 games.
Even when Bama wasn't as
same
good.
with Michigan, Ohio State. Are those all bad losses? If you consider those bad losses, then yes, you would consider OU to Texas a bad loss. I think it just depends on how you're defining it.
Michael, I get that. I get that you're some of this I would agree with. The part I disagree with, you cannot ever say 0 chance we're beating anyone else. You can't say if OU loses this game, there's 0 chance they're going to beat anyone else. That's not how football works, okay? And Crystal, Texas always sucks. It's 9:42, Texas sucks. But it doesn't mean that OU's going to go in there and win it either. And by the way, ESPN has Texas favored back. Weird.
Why did that flip back? More money going to OU, I'm assuming?
I have no idea, Jay.
I don't know how Vegas works, but I would think that if there's more money going in on team, they're going to – I don't know. I don't know how it works.
A loss to Texas is never good.
Well, Therese is right. No loss is good. All losses are bad losses.
Correct.
Because that's why I meant you got to define
it's a loss.
All losses are bad. All losses are bad. I guess, is Georgia in major trouble?
Yeah, I mean,
Michigan, as Ohio State was. Listen, here's the reality. I agree with a lot of this stuff that's being said here. I agree if OU loses tomorrow, with what they have in front of them, it's going to be a daunting task because it's a tough schedule. It's brutal. I agree with all that. But you could also say there were a lot of people, and I'm not. Don't even come at me and say I'm comparing the two. I'm just saying, like you look at Michigan, Ohio State, and that rivalry. Last year, people said Ohio State was done after they lost to Michigan. They won the whole thing. So I'm just saying, like, I agree with you guys on the fact that, hey, I've already said when I opened up the show, OU needs to win tomorrow. If OU loses tomorrow, I do think when you look at what's in front of them, I think you could say they are in trouble if you're wanting to make the playoffs.
There's some concern, Jay.
Oh yeah, there definitely would be. Yeah,
but
you need to win because
my only point I'm saying is, dude. I can't, Jay.
Yeah, because you don't know how to like just take things and go with it, dude. You don't.
Yeah, I will, Jay. Anyone on here who's going to sit here and say that losing to Texas is incomprehensible? Have you ever seen a rivalry game? Now listen, OU, go in there and dog walk them. Exactly. Do it. That's what needs to happen. But if you don't think it can happen that OU can lose, you don't know any football.
Well,
you haven't watched OU.
That's what 918 is saying. Even when Strong and Herman was coach, I would never.
It's ridiculous.
This game will always be a coin flip in my day.
Hey, the people that are getting on there and acting like Texas is Rutgers or something like that, I don't understand that. They've got talent.
They got talent. They're just not playing very well right
now.
They're
not playing well at all, Jay.
You got to hope OU doesn't make them look good tomorrow and they play well. You need to go out there and get off to a good start and put them out early. Johnson says 25's our year.
And Jen, I want to collapse Texas season 2. Okay. I want to collapse their season 2. And talent-wise, Texas is pretty good.
Well, I don't think it's
lazy. It's not a lazy take, dude.
I don't think it's a lazy take. It's not a lazy take because how would you explain?
It's an accurate take.
How would you explain Georgia losing to Alabama 7 of 8? How would you explain Michigan beating Ohio State however many times in a row? There's a lot of people.
Lazy take. It's
there's a lot of people. Hey, there's a lot of people nationally that say the same thing, that those games are just different because of the rivalry game. Now, I don't think it's lazy. It's accurate.
It's what I just said and what 918's saying. It's an accurate take.
Yeah. Now you could sit here with just don't say that take at all. Let's not say that take.
Okay, let's
if
not.
You look at on paper. If you look at on paper, you could say, and you took the names of the teams off it. Okay, don't put OU Texas, and you looked at paper, and one team has horrible third down offense. The other team is outstanding third down defense. The stats look like on OU's defense compared to Florida's offense that Florida's not going to be able to do much. That's what the stats tell you. Now, the stats also tell you that Texas's defense will probably be pretty good tomorrow. And how many can OU score? So I do think is kind of crazy is some people in here that are saying that are picking Texas to win by like 3. So everyone's picking close games. I mean, and OU's.
Hey,
I'm picking OU. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think OU's going to just go and roll them.
Jay, and I agree with this that Michigan beat Ohio State last year, and Ohio State won.
Yeah, everybody wrote them off. Yes, everybody wrote them off. They won the championship. That's all I said earlier.
And those that have OU 8-4 probably would have OU losing tomorrow. Then, correct? Because if they win tomorrow, they're not going 8-4.
Yeah, who's got Crystal? I think had him 8-4, maybe.
I think Crystal's got OU 8-4. I think Eric has OU 8-4. What's funny is, hey, Crystal, you know what's hilarious? Is you're sitting there saying you keep it real. I'm talking about how this is not a gimme game, and you're coming at me acting like it's a gimme game. So obviously you're not keeping it real. If you're keeping it real, you would say you don't know about this game.
Wait, hold up. I'm confused here. Crystal's keeping it real 8-4, so she's picking Texas. So why is she arguing with you?
I'm confused why Eric and Crystal both are coming at me for saying you never know with this game
when they're both picking Texas.
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, help it make sense.
They're agreeing with you on the take if they're picking Texas.
Wait, earlier didn't you say if they lose tomorrow that they're not going to go 8-4? So I don't know. Maybe I mixed it up, Jay. I don't know. You might have misspoke. Because if they lose tomorrow, if they win tomorrow, I don't see a chance they're going 8-4. If they win, they're going to be 9-3 at worst. So that's what I would say. Yeah, Michigan did beat Ohio State last year. That's because rivals sometimes pull upsets. I've watched a lot of these games in my life, and I'm not claiming to know anything more than anyone. What I'm saying is I've watched a lot of rivalry football, and the best team doesn't always win. Now, the thing about this one, you can't – BV would be proving that he can't win big games. That's it. And Dr. Vol, I don't think there's a concern that he re-injures that. I don't think there's a concern that he re-injures it. You can get hurt anytime you go out there in between the lines. So, yeah. And look, the rivalry stuff, like my whole point in this is rivalries, you just never know.
You don't, but I also think you never know in a lot of games. It's not just rivalries. With this SEC, a lot of this SEC games, here's the fact of the matter is you have to play well, you're going to lose. Can we at least all agree on that? If OU goes out there and doesn't play good, they're going to lose.
Correct. And there was a comment up here I wanted to get to about.
Wait, Eric's got OU now. It was Texas all week. Now OU, so something changed. Maybe something I don't know about. Maybe
with new information.
Some new news. I don't know.
Some new news. Maybe that's Mateer playing. Maybe that would be Mateer playing. Stason, is Mateer playing? He's probable, so I don't see why he wouldn't play. Don't see why he wouldn't play.
What's playing good in y'all's eyes mean? I mean, no turnovers, not very many penalties, playing clean
making
football.
Plays when it matters, dominating line of scrimmage, being physical, not allowing big plays on the defensive side. When you have chance to make plays, make them. Williams got a low-scoring affair, 17-12.
Hey, that's probably been the one thing on defense that's really been a lot better than years before with Brent Venables, has been the big plays. You had the Michigan play after halftime, which was just a killer at the time.
They've had less big plays this year, though.
They haven't given up a whole lot of big plays on defense. They've given up some. Auburn got a couple in the passing game, but for the most part, they've been pretty good.
Yeah. Big says 280 yards passing, 50 yards rushing for Mateer, 4 tutties. That'd be a good day. That would be a good day.
I think we're going to have Daniel join in a minute. He's going to talk about some OU Texas kind of memories.
Yeah, I know Corrections mentioned getting Daniel on. He said he'd come on here for a bit and talk to us about maybe the day of the game, the night before the game, things like that.
What's up, Daniel?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. The player in me is a bit nervous, so always. But I feel good. I think they'll be all right tomorrow. It's interesting. This game is always You never know. You never know. I mean, just from experience, you can have the going in that it could be the best you feel as a team. You go in, just energy's off, different things like that, feel flat, and you go in and you lay an egg, so it's very much they got to come in prepared, they got to come in ready, because if they don't, and I think I was watching a little bit before. It would be a bad loss in the sense of, yes, this is a 3-2 Texas team, and they're not looking great, but it's a rivalry game. Period. Point blank. We lost to a 5-7 Texas team in 2015. These last 3 years, none of the Texas teams have been as bad as that 5-7 Texas team in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none of them. So it will be a bad loss in the sense of they're not up to the expectations what we expected them to be. But if it, with it being a rivalry game, I mean, you have to come ready.
Yeah, and it's also a bad loss when you look at what's in front of OU, and like this is one I think you just need to, like I said earlier, with the way Texas is playing, you really need to win it. Hey, Daniel, let me ask you a question. I heard Kel Gundy talking on the Animal this week he was talking about his memories walking through the tunnel and how it used to be where OU and Texas would walk down the tunnel together, and I guess I don't know what year that changed where. Because he said it used to be you'd walk down there, it was jawing and stuff. Yeah. And now they kind of let one team go. You're kind of in the alleyway together, but not down the tunnel. Was that the same for you, or we did?
Yes, I think I want to say the last year they did that was 2015. The best one was 2012 when because I'm pretty sure did we come down that one together, if I'm not mistaken? I think so. Okay, so I think with that one, it might have started before that, but with that one, what they do is whoever comes out first, we're already out of our locker rooms. So we're sitting in the tunnel, and one team goes first as we're all already out, and there's jawing and everything. Obviously, there's a lot of 4-letter words, a lot of colorful languages, as y'all know what comes with the territory. And as then we proceeded to hit 60-something points on them. But I want to say us more so, like us waiting further back. I want to say 2014 and 2015 when that started to change. But Gundy told us before that. Remember, we were there, that it used to be they would come out at the same time, line in line, and then they would stop about halfway through. Whoever was coming out first would go. So they had all the coaches and security in between, obviously. But it's energy. It really sets the tone on who's ready for the game.
Yeah. Hey, I want to get a couple comments here. First one, Mr. Dilligaff. If we lose with Mateer, it would be a bad loss. If we lose without Mateer, it won't be held against us come playoff time. And I would agree with the back half of that, because I saw someone else post if OU's 9-3 and one of the 3 losses was with Mateer out. Now, I don't think OU's going to say, well, we could just kind of save Mateer and play Hawkins and it won't count against us. No, if Mateer's, they're not going to hold Mateer out of this game or rest him or keep him from it if he's ready to go and if he can grip the ball and throw it. Hey, and then Platone's asking a question here about your experience in the game. Better to be amped up and hyped up and losing your mind, or better to be calm? And I guess better to be like Jay or better to be like me. I don't know what the deal is.
Can you be calm before this game? Is that even possible?
So it's interesting with that question. So first off, obviously you're going to have people who are the calm and collected ones. You're going to have the ones that are amped and hyped and just have the juice with them. But as a team, you don't want to be too much. You want to kind of have this calm confidence with you, but when it's time to let the energy out, you do. I think, like, for example, 2013, we were too hyped. We were too much. We lost that game. I just think we were just too amped. But I remember in 2012, there was a calmness to it. I remember the week of that game. I remember they were talking about something, and it wasn't loud or anything like that. But I remember Corey Nelson sitting in the locker room and him going, after they showed some of my Texas, man, we're going to kill them boys this year. That's all he said. And that was the end of it. Yeah. And then it was the same kind of energy, just a calm, people were up, but it wasn't too much. It wasn't animated.
Yeah.
And I think you got to have a little bit of both. You don't want to be too dialed down, but you don't want to be too. There's definitely a fine line, and then in terms of like scrapping, I mean, not really. Like, there was a few instances, like I said, in the tunnel where you would get close enough and get back and forth, different things like that. But I've said it before. I've never really the Texas guys aren't really, they don't really come at you as much as people think they do. They're not, they don't. There's no dirtiness. There's no just from my experience. The 4 or 5 years I was there, I just don't. They never were in your face like that. I don't know if that was just based on coaching or they were. I'm not going to say they were scared or anything like that, but I never got that from them.
Yeah, and hey, this comment here, every time they come out flat, they get pounded. One thing that we've seen from BV, and maybe I'm wrong in this, guys, but in this Red River rivalry game, under BV, even though the record's not good, OU's actually come out pretty well on defense. They've gotten turnovers every game early in this series, but the bad thing is the offense has been so bad in 2 of the 3 games that eventually it just snowballed. And because you go back to last year, early turnovers. You go back to, what was it, the year they had the Bowman hit of the tight end at the end zone. You had the Gentry pick right out of the chute. So they've come out okay, but haven't been able to do anything because the offense has been very bad.
Yep. You got to, it's like I said, it has to be a collective unit. Everybody has to, offense, defense, special teams, every facet of the game, all 3 phases. Everybody has to be ready. And this is not just OU Texas. This is for all the games, but you have to carry that into this game just because it's a different kind of energy. And like I said, I mean, they need to smell blood. I've spoken to people and there's a lot of juice going on. And I've seen people, all the pundits and analysts on TV. From what I've been told right now, JM he's ready to go. That's just what I don't know 100% if they're just saying that to me, but it would not be probable if he's not like, oh yeah, it's go time. I mean, it's been what, 17, 18. I mean, it's been closer to a month that he's been out technically. I mean, that's a pretty good amount of time to recover, get the strength back, different things like that. If it's an injury that's similar to other individuals that have had it, the Jared Goffs of the world, and were able to come back. So we're going to see.
Yeah. Hey, this question about Ott. So I'll already say it because I have been. I've been higher on Ott probably than any other back. I love Torrey Blaylock. I love what he brings. He's powerful. But what they seem to be missing from me, I'm not a player. You were a player, so you can attest to this. But having a guy out of the backfield who can catch the ball, get in space, juke a guy in the passing game, to me, Ott looks like maybe the best guy suited for that. Now, there's been a lot of games, Daniel, in the Red River rivalry game where a running back has kind of made a performance where he had it up until that point. Maybe Ott does that tomorrow. I don't know.
It's hard to say. It really is. I mean, I'm hoping he does. I don't want to give a prediction on how many yards I think. I just want him to go out there and make a difference. That's all I want. The yardage is going to come, whether it be all-purpose passing, running, whether it be mostly running or anything. I just want him to go out there and make an impact. If that's what is going, if that's his mentality, and that's what they're bringing them in for, that's what he needs to have. He needs to go in with the mentality, I'm going to make a difference in this game. I'm going to make an impact in this game, and I'm going to show them. I'm going to make my money's worth. Like Nagy didn't, flip up by bringing me here to University of Oklahoma. That's what I want, So, and then like I said, there has been backs. Obviously everybody knows Damian's famous, 90+ yard run. That was kind of his coming out party. Yep. Maybe he does have something like that. I'm hoping he does, but I like I said, I'm just tired of the uncreative run plays, different things like that. Gets like when Lincoln was here, everybody knows all the Red River rivalry games he was in. The running plays were very creative. The one Kennedy Brooks scored on,
Oh
You
yeah,
know, so kind of the pitch out. It was almost I think it was a guard came and pulled across. You had Drake came under, went downfield, blocked the safety. Bring something like that in there. I need some creativity. I need something different. I don't need to see the same old same. I don't want to hear we're going to be us. Yeah, you need to be us, but you also need to open your bag a little bit. So that's just how I feel.
And what's interesting is last week it was the Blaylock Ott show until Gabe Sawchuk got in at the end, but no Javonte Barnes, no X-Rob, and now again it's the DeMarco Murray. I'm so confused. Twilight Zone stuff. Is Javonte Barnes going to start tomorrow? Or
no,
are they?
Blaylock will start. Blaylock will
I would
start.
think
I don't know
I don't know.
Like I said, I've told everyone. I've spoken with Gundy when I've seen him. Even Gundy doesn't know. He's sat in on meetings and he's tried to understand his methodology and how he's approaching the rotations. And he's even said there's too many guys in here. You need too many running backs. He said he really doesn't know because it doesn't make sense to me how you have guys that have been productive like X-Rob. He has not shown anything. He has not shown why he shouldn't play. Correct. So why is he not playing? It makes no sense to me. It truly makes no. I don't understand it. I have no reason. I've not spoken to DeMarco. Me and DeMarco have probably had the longest conversation we have been 10 or 20 seconds. I don't know what his mindset is. I do think Blaylock will start. I think Javonte will get the second call. And third, honest, I think it'll be Ott. I don't know. If Ott starts, then that to me is going to tell me, okay, they might be cooking something a little differently offensively if Ott is starting back. So we'll see. But I don't. DeMarco is. I don't know, man.
Now this question from Platone says, DB, how much of the game outcome, in your opinion, decided by O-line, D-line play versus skill players? Platone thinks it's 80-20. I would probably go 65-35, but I don't know. What's your thoughts?
I think I would probably say, probably 70-30, come around that range. Want to differ from y'all, but why I'm saying that is because those are both weak and strengths of each team. So I think that is going to be the determining factor on whoever weakness steps up is what's going to be the deciding factor. And then, if our other weaknesses are secondary, and they close that door on what I really don't, people want to say, oh, yeah, yes, you can say the secondary is weakness based on age and different things like that. But just in terms of what the numbers are saying, I think it's more so just, I don't know if I'm going to say, but I don't think it's a lack of I think it's just miscommunication oftentimes back there, which they need to clear up. But I do think it's going to be more of the O-line, D-line. I think we have a slight edge on O-line than they do. But offensively, I do think I don't know where they have the edge offensively. Maybe receiver. I don't think they do a running back. I think the running backs are far worse than ours. Quarterback, no comment there. And I think defensively we're about the same. I think their secondary is better than our secondary. I will say that.
Hey, one thing, why if I went back and watched some earlier games this year, you know what OU's really good at, but with Mateer, is when they run no back. Empty. When they run empty, they seem to be really good at it, and Mateer's really good at reading where he wants to go. I can kind of see them maybe coming out and doing that right off the bat and throwing the ball around the yard. Michigan, they did the same thing. They didn't really run it like the first series. They were just coming out throwing. I kind of see Arbuckle that type of mentality more than trying to establish a run.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. See, my only concern with that is I feel like Arbuckle relies a bit too much on those empty sets, which is necessarily nothing wrong with that if they're successful. But I feel like he's doing that to spread out the defense, so that and that's when y'all have heard me say about those splits, those gaps that the offensive line aren't executing based on how they're coming off the ball, how they're approaching those points of attack on the defensive players and working up to those linebackers. So I think that's why he's spreading it out. because if you notice, the pass blocking's pretty good, but once they start to squeeze it in, that's when those gaps, points of attack start to have an issue, different things like that. So, we'll see. And then Aaron, I'm trying to think if anybody had any rituals. I don't really remember any. At least not in OU Texas from when I was there. No one really had any rituals. Coach Stoops was very superstitious, like whether it be beard or the shirt he wore throughout the week, he was like that. So I would say him, yeah.
Hey, I think we got a caller.
Yeah, we got a caller on. Let's get to Bobby. What's up, Bobby?
Hey, Mr. Brooks, you made a good point. It's about consistency in the coaching. If you think about it, BV on the defense is constant, consistent, how he does his rotation. Joe John Finley on the tight ends, you ever notice that he's become real consistent? And I think that maybe DeMarco Murray also needs to be maybe just a two backs and be real consistent and maybe if we keep the same players at least for 2 games, maybe we'll be on track and it'll help the offensive line get familiar also with who you got back there, since everybody plays a little different. I think that's been a little bit of the trouble. It's almost like just too scattered everywhere. Coaching, and that's going to bite us in the butt maybe here coming up in the SEC when we go against Alabama and Ole Miss and Tennessee. They're going to stop that, and we're not going to be ready because I don't think they've had it's almost like training. You're not trained to do, and that's all I'm about to say. But it was a good point that you made. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, thanks, Bobby.
What about 2 back sets? He mentioned 2 set backs where you got 2 guys who are set for the game. They did it last week with Blaylock and Ott pretty much. And I know I'm a huge fan of the 2 back set, and we saw 1 or 2 plays like the first game of the year. We really haven't seen it much at all. We have seen OU go to new schematic running things in this game. Any chance we see more than 5 2-back sets tomorrow?
I think, I would agree with that. I think I'm a fan of 2-back sets. Like I said, we've ran that, different things like that. So if they're going to use it, they need to be more creative. That's my thing. If they're going to use it, they need to be more creative. They need to, like I said, run some kind of different things like that. It doesn't need to be basic, and different things like that. So that's my thing with the 2-back set. It just depends on what it is Arbuckle's going to run,
exactly,
and how he's going to run it. Like I said, I've not seen a lot of creativity from him, just like I said, in the run game. So if he's able to do something that's productive, to go by all means, put as many things in your playbook that's going to help the offense. That's what I'm saying. So, and Eric, I don't really understand what you're saying about talking about stuff from 2013. I mentioned that once, so I don't really understand that comment, but
I don't either. Hey, Daniel.
Wait, Jay, there was a question about the 21 versus 12 personnel, because OU this year has run more 12 personnel with two tight ends instead of the 21 personnel with the 2 running backs and 1 tight end.
Right.
And they've
Florida ran a lot of 12.
Do not mention jet sweep. Please do not mention jet sweep. Oh,
Florida ran a lot of 12 against them, and it was successful, I think.
Who did?
I think Florida ran a lot of 12.
Okay.
Maybe. I think I heard that.
And Caden Helms, Michael's mentioning Caden Helms, who did play better last week. He actually played.
Yeah.
And Cade McIntyre's hurt. Cade McIntyre's not going to play. So
what happened to him? I didn't see anything on that.
I don't know. I just saw him on the
I haven't figured out anything as it relates to him, but
yeah.
I feel like too. This is another thing I need to say about the offense. It's nothing against Satania and Burks, but I do think they need to start getting a little more size and a little more rotation. I don't like the lack of rotation when it comes to the receiving unit. I don't know if they're just doing that because they're waiting on Giovanni, but I don't know. I feel like they need to carry on, get those guys in there, get Isaiah Thomas. I've heard all this stuff about Isaiah Thomas. If he's that, get him in the game.
Well,
That period. Like Gundy, those guys we had when there was freshmen that had that ability, you get them in the game for them to make a difference. I don't understand that.
Well, and Carry-On, I think Carry-On has looked okay when he's been in there, and he's got a really good size. I'm with you on the size. I think they need some size at receiver, even to go down the field, because, I mean, Burks can make competitive catches down the field. So can Satania. But you know how it is. It's different when you're throwing up to a monster out there.
Yep.
It's just a different animal, and it's a different for the defensive backs to guard it. It's just different.
And I wish Elijah Thomas would play, but I don't think we're going to see him this year. I got to get two things. We got Platone on the line, but Danny, first off, ridiculous takes considering look what Arbuckle's done with OU's offense considered from last year, okay? It's night and day difference, so obviously the guy can coach.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, I don't care who calls in. Bring it, Texas fans. Call in. Keep it clean, no profanity, but we don't care who calls in. Let's get to Platone.
Durham, they're not going to call in. Why? They're not calling in. Let's get to Platone. What do you got, Platone?
Hey guys, just a couple of thoughts. I watched the Texas-Florida game again, and I noticed there was a few times that the offensive line for Florida was really doing a good job on setting the edge for some outside runs, and their RBs got some good yards when they set the edge. Now, I don't know if our guys can do that. I mean, I don't know how our offensive line compares to Florida or if they're way better. You know, I'm not knowledgeable enough to answer that. But I want your thoughts on if you think our guys can set the edge at all on that. The other question I had is I talked to a guy who went to college with who played OL in college, and his one thing he mentioned to me, and I don't know if he's right on this or not, but he said when you're blocking for RPO, it's a little bit different because you're not just firing off and blowing guys into the dust. It's like there's a little bit more strategy to it, and he thinks that our offensive line is not being able to run block well because we're focused too much on RPO stuff, and they're not good at they're being like tentative on the way that they're blocking for RPO. It's like you're doing a hybrid approach. You're kind of doing half run, half pass because it gives the RPO option. And his thought is that if we would just do more straight up run blocking without RPO stuff, that would get better firing off the blocks and get onto the DL better. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was going to get your thoughts on that, see if you thought that was any validity to that at all.
Hey, thanks for the call, Platone. Appreciate it. Hey, Daniel, but was Lincoln's offense a lot of RPO?
No, not that much.
Not in the run game?
No, like I said, not in the run game. There was a few plays in there, but y'all heard me say before, Lincoln was his identity was run first. Like that was his identity. And I think that's why y'all heard me say that I think Arbuckle the offense is a year away because I think they're still trying to figure out their identity. Right now, I think it's Mateer because he's used to the system as opposed to this system is our identity collectively as an offense. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why the running game has not elevated. That's why there's still issues in terms of run blocking, different things like that. So
validity, is there validity in what he's saying about the RPO?
Yeah, there is, I think, because you can't fire off the ball as quickly.
Yes, because you have to, because they're going to make, you're going to have to know, they're going to have to make calls. The center's going to identify a linebacker. They're going to pick it out, blah, blah, blah. The quarterback's going to identify something, and then you run it, and you're going to decide to pass it. So it's you have to be prepared to, if he's going to pass it to pass block, you have to be prepared if he's going to hand it off to run the ball a certain way. And I have noticed that a bit. And like I said, I think that may be why some of the gap schemes and everything like that are off. But I think they need to find a way to make the run a big portion of the identity of the offense. I just feel like they're not doing that.
Yeah.
Mez calls it wall-off blocking, saying that's what it's called. Hey, we got Corrections on the line.
What's up, Corrections?
Hey, guys. Hey, Daniel. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate the insight, man.
Yo, you're welcome.
The one question I had is, I think one of the reasons, and I'm sure this isn't a hot take, I know a lot of people are thinking the same thing, is that we were practicing inside this week, not only to kind of hide the John Mateer situation, but also to implement some new stuff with the offense. And I guess what my question is for Daniel is, at the level that you played at, can we expect major changes in what we're running, or with only a week to prepare, or is it going to be more minor things, maybe a couple new concepts that to look out for the week? I mean, what kind of changes in the offense, if that's what they're doing, can we expect with the week's preparation?
I mean, it really depends, but yes, so you coming into this game, and it doesn't have to be just this game. You can expect a lot of different things coming into a big important game. So if we go tomorrow and we see like where's this? Where these plays coming from? That can be done. And because I've heard people say, I've seen people say, 5 weeks in, I think this is our off. 5 weeks in is still early. 5 weeks in, you can still change what you are offensively and defensively. So they can come into the game and they can implement not just a couple of different changes. They can implement a whole new section of the playbook, and they can use that for the Texas game based on things they're seeing in terms of the defensive linemen versus their secondary, versus the players that they're getting back. So there's a bunch of different things that they can change. Like, so you have Giovanni in there now. Caden Helms is also another weapon coming in there. So there's different things that they're looking at that they're going to exploit. So from what I've experienced, just on what I've seen from the team, I would go on a limb and say expect to see a lot of different plays offensively. That's just what I think. I hope I'm right, and I hope they work, but expect to see a lot of different things.
And just a follow up question on that, real quick, and then I'll get off so other people can call in. For Daniel, is at I don't know, because I've never played at the level you played. I just played high school. Is it hard to implement a lot of new plays, and with just a week preparation to have it all timed up, looking really good and real crisp? I mean, are they just such good athletes that they can do that with no problems, or is it pretty difficult to do that?
Hey, thanks, Corrections, for the call.
Yeah, so it's not. I mean, that technically is not difficult because each week there's going to be new plays implemented and there's going to be plays taken out. And a lot of times those new plays are going to be implemented sometimes on Sunday, but most of the time it's going to be on Monday. You're going to get in your offensive team meeting. The offensive coordinators are going to come in. This is what we have. You're going to go into your position meetings, and then your position coach is going to tell you this is the plays that we have running. You're going to practice those on first day on walkthrough on Monday, et cetera, et cetera. So each week you're adding new plays. There is no week where the playbook stays the same. It's always new things are being added. So you have to keep in mind that they're already perfecting the plays that they've learned since camp, but also they're adding new plays based on the teams that they're going against. So this is how it works. First start of camp, you're going in and you are working on plays that you already have offensively schemed up that just you use. And then each week you're implementing things that coaches have seen by dissecting that tape. This is what we've seen. This is what we're implementing each week. So each week things are changing. Each week you're learning to do things. And a lot of times some of those plays are kept in the playbook for different teams.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel, I got a question. This is kind of a little bit off topic, but any crazy bus ride stories through the state fair from your time there? You know, you hear about the buses being pushed and rocked around, or is there anything? Can you just anything different?
So there was my sophomore year. A few guys threw slushies at Texas people just started hitting the bus with slushies. I think they might have got arrested. If I'm not mistaken. There was one year there was like about 5 girls. I think they were in sororities, and they actually flashed us. Don't know why, but they did. That one was probably the craziest.
Oh, you girls or Texas girls?
They were Texas girls, and I don't know if they were doing that. You know, I don't think they were doing that because, I guess they were doing that just to distract us, just to psych us, like what the heck is going on. That one, and then you got the middle fingers, different things like that. A lot of colorful language, but I would say those two are probably the craziest I've seen. They try to keep them away from the bus nowadays so that they're not pushing and stuff like that. But some people still get through, so that still happens, just not as common.
When you're on that bus, are you looking out, or are you just kind of staring straight across?
Oh yeah, you're looking out. You're
not
getting a sense.
gotta
Yeah, you're
people
getting a
watch,
sense of the
man.
atmosphere, seeing who's there, different things like that, what's going on, how people are acting. So yeah, you're definitely looking out. I mean, obviously you have some people that are heads down, headphones in, just within themselves, but mostly everybody is going to be looking out, kind of getting a sense of, okay, all right, we're here now, so it's time to go.
Got to ask you this before we let you go, and thanks for being on here. Everything I've heard you say this week about just the players, the juice, the mindset, the mentality, I love to hear that. It seems like everything's in the right spot. They're primed for the taking. Texas is on the ropes right now, and you can knock them out of the playoff right now. This is the opportunity OU's been wanting, and they have this opportunity. It sounds like Mateer's going to be playing. What's your prediction tomorrow?
I would say, let's see. I think it's gonna be close. When I say close, I don't think it's gonna be no more than a 7-point win either way. So I'm gonna go. Actually, I want to say OU could possibly shock and get a little more. I'm gonna say 29-17 OU.
That's close. I got 24-17, but
yeah.
I think I've seen a lot of scores with Texas around 17 or 14.
Because I really think our defense is going to hold up. They're going to put a lot of pressure. And like I said, this game is weird. Arch can come out and be something different. But just knowing Coach V and knowing the mentality he has and how he's able to elevate his defense, how he's able to psych them out, get them ready, get prepared. I just think that he really is going to have something on the table for Arch. And, another thing people don't, pay attention to, BV defensively, he's one of Sarkisian's kryptonites. BV he takes it to Sarkisian. If he has the right, collective pieces together offensively and defensively, he typically, gives him the business. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go with that score. Like I said, I'm always nervous before this game, so it's always just something about it. You never know, man.
It's like even the OSU game was this way too. Because it's like with little brother, it's like the game you really don't want to lose during the year. OSU and Texas was always those two. It's like you just don't want to lose those games.
I like the fact too. I'll say this too. I like the fact too because I actually wanted UT to win against Florida because I wanted them to have a little more confidence to them. So I actually wanted them to. I know OU fans want to clown. They're 3-2. They lost Florida, but I wanted them to win so we could have a bit of that edge. But I like the fact that OU lost how they did last year. You have all still the negative publicity coming in. You've had 1 year to really soak all that in, have the bulletin board material, have all the rat poison, use all that. Like I told you, they told me, Stone, Jaden, Kit, those boys on defense, like it's business. They were smiles on Monday. It's no smiles no more. They're red zone. Their eyes are bloodshot. They're ready. So that's the one. I will be very shocked if Jaden Jackson, Dom, all those guys do not abuse that interior offensive line of Texas. That will surprise me.
That would be the most shocking thing.
Yes, that's the one thing I don't think will be something that most likely will change. Like I can see the Texas receivers here and they're getting the better of our secondary, but I just cannot picture in my head their offensive line holding up against Stone and them. I just see them just abusing them the whole game.
Yeah,
I would be surprised if that's not that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because what OU's D line does, the teams they have played, some of them that haven't done, like OU stunts really well on the D line. They're going to confuse that O line. They're going to really have them confused. I think they're going to whip them up front. I do.
And two, the energy comes off your coach, and BV. These 2 out of these 3 years, I know this week was anger, was frustration, was just nastiness. I guarantee it's I guarantee BD was out there like he was when he's defensive coordinator before he left the Clemson. Some of those practices, he's out there, he's spitting and hollering, and it's so. I think it's going to be intense tomorrow, at least on the defensive side. I think Arbuckle kind of has that intensity too. So we'll see. And then I think if Mateer comes back, I think that's going to bring intensity to the offense and to the fans as well. I think that's really going to be something where it's going to kind of the juice and UT fans are going to be like, God, Mateer's playing. But I'm hoping that they can not let that get, rile them up too much. So, we'll see.
Hey, Daniel, great stuff. Thanks for joining us tonight, man.
All right, man. Y'all appreciate it. And, let's go and get this, Boomer.
Let's get it, man. Hey, have a good one.
Horns. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
And I know I said, it was the smell of Bevo who acted like he was going to want in the link. I'd gladly take him to Colin. He won't. He's all talk.
We've given him.
And Danny, I'm just going to say one thing, Danny, in the chat. I don't really listen to your takes anymore because you came at me about Bama. There's no way OU's beating Bama, and they dog walked them, okay? So I've kind of just stopped really, if you noticed, responding because
but you just responded.
I can't book anything you say. I can't book anything you say because it's been wrong most of the time. Now, we did agree on something, I think, a couple of weeks ago, though, Jay.
You agree every once in a while.
We agree every once in a while.
Yeah. What's the update on the any score update? Jerem, what is your score prediction now?
Well, I've got it on and look, I'm going to do my best Gray God impersonation. Flip, flop, flip, 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 flop, flip, go and take some more medicine. Yeah, I got OU 23-11.
Gray God hasn't
for
flipped.
23-9. No, how always talks about flipping.
Oh.
Jay.
What do you got, 23-9?
Yes.
How did they get 9? 3 field goals?
I say 23-11. I can't remember, Jay. I just did this earlier, but as far as predicting what it was, 12-point win, 23-11. Sooners.
Play Boomer Sooner, Jeremy. You don't have the trumpet, do you?
No, I don't. Not going to. I'm not jinxing us this year, Jay.
Yeah, you can't jinx it. There's a lot of people in this chat that have I picked 24-17 earlier this week. I think Gray God's got 23-17. I think Eric's got the same. I mean, there's a lot that have the same score. So drop your score in the chat right now. Just drop it. I want to see what people's score is.
Drop it in the chat.
Drop it in the chat. And then I got trivia. I got to get
and phone lines are still open. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Sign up for your Shirt of the Month Club. You can use code SURGE. Get 10% off your first 3 months. thefanstop.com/OU takes you right to the OU page. And phone lines are still open. We're going to go for a while longer tonight.
Yeah. Hey, trivia. Sugar 66, you see the logo, 918 in the chat. You can talk to him anytime in the chat. He's here nightly. He owns Sugar 66. They have 2 locations, one in Tulsa, one in Catoosa. It's freeze-dried candy. It's pineapple whip. It's sweet treats. You name it, they got it. Check out their Facebook page too, Sugar 66. Great stuff. Here's the trivia. I'm sticking with OU Texas. The year, OU Texas 2008. Okay. Texas OU drive scores the first drive, pass complete, touchdown, Manuel Johnson. Texas gets a ball. They drive the ball. It's 3rd down and goal for Texas. OU gets a sack. Who made that sack for OU? 3rd and goal. OU gets a sack. Who is it? Who made the sack? And by the way, Chuck, I don't know what you're talking about. Flip. Because I change it from the beginning of the preseason pick or what? Is that what you're talking about? Preseason? Are we talking about preseason pick? Austin English is a great answer because he was on the field, but he did not make the sack. It was not Dr. Shin. It was not Eric Stryker. That's before Eric Stryker's time. Definitely not Sidney Sweeney. But there it is. Benjamin, I think, was the first one. Gerald McCoy, guys. Gerald McCoy. OU loses that game, by the way, 45-35. They went on to win their next whatever many games with 5 or 6 of those scoring in the 60s.
Some great names in here, man. Some great names in here.
Austin English was a dog. Ryan Reynolds was a dog. You know who else was on that team at linebacker that was really good? Very underrated? that played along Ryan Reynolds?
Jordan Evans,
No,
Tom Ward,
no. You had the number pretty much right, I think. Close.
26.
28.
Oh, it was Travis Lewis.
Travis Lewis. You know who else was forgotten a little bit about was safety. Number 11, Jerm. Who was it?
Safety number 11. I just had it on my tongue. Oh my.
Yeah, that was the Jordan.
I
Ship.
just had it in my mind when you asked that.
Lindy Holmes.
That's right.
Lindy Holmes.
Lindy
man.
Holmes.
Yeah. That defense, some of those guys, you would have thought they wouldn't have allowed as many points as they did. I mean, Shipley went off. I mean, 45-35, they lose that game. Marco Murray was in that game, running back. They had talent over the field that year. Kevin Wilson, just as an OC, he did some. I watched some of that game today.
I cannot wait for. I'm pumped. I want to hear from Smell of Bevo tonight. Bring it on tonight. Bring it. I'd love to have a little chat with Smell of Bevo right now.
I don't know. Gerald McCoy, he played in the NFL, didn't he, Jerry? He's pretty good.
Just give us a holler, man. You're a faux fan if you can't even get on here and defend your team.
Germ, death, taxes, and Smell of Bevo not calling in. I mean, nothing changes.
Is Smell of Bevo actually
Texas Nightmare?
Texas Nightmare, and then Bevo's bodyguard.
Original Bevo. I'm sure it's probably the original.
It's probably the OG Bevo. Yeah.
Probably changed.
Yeah, Jamal Charles, he hurt OU several times, man. I was glad to see him go, Jay.
Hey.
Be a man and stand by your word, dude. It's annoying, Jay.
So because Florida's not playing good, I still got to stick with Florida? I'm sticking with my record for OU for the year. I'm not changing it. 9-3. Okay. But this game, I thought before the year I was going to pick Texas. But you know what? They're not playing very well. OU's playing better. I think OU beats them. So that should scare OU fans because I'm usually not very good on picking.
Jay, the one matchup that, and Daniel mentioned it tonight, the one matchup that I don't think any Sooner fan can, in their right mind, would think that OU's going to lose is OU's D-line versus Texas offensive line. I don't think there's a single person in here, and I would say there's probably not a single Texas fan either, that thinks that Texas offensive line is going to be able to hold back the OU defensive line. They're going to throw jump balls all game, Jay. They're going to throw deep balls and jump balls. They're not going to be able to protect Arch otherwise, Jay. And usually when you dominate the line of scrimmage on that side, usually you win ball games. Usually, not always, because OU's dominated that before and had no offense to go along with it, and the defense eventually just breaks.
Yeah.
I agree with Danny. I think Stone will dominate.
You agreed.
Yeah, I agree with Danny. Stone will dominate.
Hey, they do.
That's the other one. Sark loves screen passes.
Sark loves him some screen
and loves the tight end screaming. Oh, you better be ready for that. Because what happens is if they complete a couple screen passes, what happens to a defense when a team completes screen passes on you after you're blitzing, you're trying to bring pressure, usually what happens is you start playing on your heels a little bit. Here's the difference. Are you ready for it? Screens are usually most effective when you're bringing pressure off blitzes. If OU can get pressure with their front four, screens aren't going to work either, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Sark, screens won't work if OU's bringing pressure with the front four, Jay. They won't.
You're right. They won't, Jeremy.
So there's that.
Give me a player tomorrow that's not being talked about that might have a good game. Not being talked about.
I've got the clear-cut answer right now for you.
Who's that?
Giovanni Gibson.
Okay. I got an answer.
Nobody's talking about him, and he's back from an injury, and he can make a massive jump ball play or something.
I got an answer for you. I got somebody that's going to get a turnover tomorrow that might surprise you.
Who's that?
Guillory.
Yeah,
people are kind of.
There's a lot of people to turn his head and make some plays.
There's a lot of people out there saying, "Well, Eli should probably go with Gentry," and they're kind of writing off Guillory a little bit. I've heard a lot of fans say that. I think Guillory still starts. Don't you?
Yes. I think he can, Jay. Mr. Dilligaff says it would look like Michigan trying to throw screens. Hello, Mr. Kendall Daniels. And Daniels hasn't been talked about a lot, but he could be a guy. Ben thinks Satania's going to make plays on their linebackers. Chuck says, well, Jeremy, you and Jay, you knew our D was going to be better than last year. And you, yeah. Hey, Chuck, Texas made the college football playoff the last 2 years. It's a fact.
Well, a lot of people were picking them high. I was wrong.
They made the playoff 2 years in a row, Jason.
It looks like I was wrong on Texas before the season. Okay. And so about with 98% of the other people. Now, maybe not Chuck. Chuck probably didn't have Texas that high, and that's great. Chuck, kudos, man. That you had it right.
Chuck. Yeah, I agree.
But, hey, I will say this: the game hasn't been played yet tomorrow either. So let's hold the horses here. You need to go out and win first. Yeah. Hey, talk about the heart of Keontae. Keontae, man, he's been injured twice this year. Pretty hard hits, man. And what if he comes back and plays tomorrow? That's two times where he just gotten drilled.
Yeah, the last one was not.
Tough kid.
The last one was not a concussion, though. Was not.
No, but the one before that was. Sooner Thrawn, you and Chuck, I think Chuck is with you. I think you were very not supportive of Texas, didn't think they were going to be very good. I think you were on board with that, yes. Now, I will say this. Don't pick against OU. I'd rather be a Sooner fan and be wrong than go against them and be right. Oh, yeah. I understand that. So, who's a robot?
He's like a robot. I'm not sure which one, Jay.
Who are you talking about? Lewis? Probably Keontae.
Maybe Keontae.
Probably Keontae. Some big games tomorrow, Jeremy. You got Bama, Missouri.
You got Missouri, Bama, Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State at Illinois, which could be a trap game.
What's your upset special tomorrow?
I don't think it's Ohio State because I think Ohio State can just own the line of scrimmage. It's not going to be Indiana, Oregon. Jay, I don't know if Michigan's at USC, correct?
Yes.
I got Michigan in that game. So
is that an upset special?
No, so that's not an upset, Jay. Will Ott be that star tomorrow, Johnson? He might be. I hope he is. Auburn over Georgia, Aaron says. Wow. That would be a big upset.
Wow, that would be a big upset.
Big one.
Yeah, I don't really see any. I think Florida, they got a lot of injuries. I think A&M beats them. Can our secondary hold up? That's what we're going to remains to be seen. Now, USC is favored, German, in that game.
So it would be an upset. So there's mine right there. It's Michigan over USC. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Can our secondary hold up? Here's the deal.
It can, but
if you can't get pressure on Manning, that's not good. If OU gets pressure, the secondary is going to be ready. Like, unless it's just jump ball after jump ball and OU doesn't turn their heads and gets beat. But then at that point, you got to put a safety over the top. Like, you got to make adjustments.
I'm very surprised that so far when I've watched Texas this year, they haven't done more of with the wide receiver out wide, just running like a 10-yard out, some quick, not quick, but like decent routes. Because Arch, when he knows where he's going with it down the field, he can make decent throws, especially to the outside. Where he struggles is through the middle. That's like through the middle and having to throw it with coverage there. If you get one-on-one on the outside, I think he can make some of those throws.
The only time they've been tested is against Auburn on the jump balls, and they were picked on. They were picked on mainly Cortland Guillory. Corrections, I agree. You cannot drop interceptions. You get your hands on the ball, you've got to make the play, period. Guys, don't forget OU's coming off that last game they played, they got 2 turnovers really late in that game. I think they went 3 quarters and still had not turned Kent State over, but then finally got one, then got another. Does that trend continue?
Pitt beating Florida State. Wow.
Jay, what's on the schedule tomorrow? We got a lot tomorrow. Let me briefly go over it. We got a Sooner Surge game time video dropping 8 a.m. As far as the pregame live where you can call in and we can talk about the game and just help time pass by, looking like that's going to be about 1 o'clock.
Pregame live?
Pregame live at 1 o'clock for the 2:30 kick. And then right after the game, around 6:30, we'll be live again. And then we'll be live again at 9:30. It is going to be a heck of a long day tomorrow. But
and let's hope it's a good day. Wouldn't that be great? Now this would be epic call if OU wins.
This would be epic.
This, in my opinion, would trump Alabama call last year if OU wins, right?
Yes. Hey, and Chuck,
Johnson, what are you doing tonight? Are you out the fair? What are you doing tonight, the day before the game?
Hey, Chuck, yes, I was all over Jim Knowles coming to OU.
It was not me. No, Chuck, it was not me.
And the reason I was for Jim Knowles coming to OU is I didn't know if they were going to hire a DC, period. And if they were going to hire a DC, I wanted to be the best one. And something, I mean, keep the receipts, bro. I don't care. I'm talking about my point. The thing about Jim Knowles is, and by the way, does Penn State have the talent OU has right now? I don't know. But Jim Knowles' philosophy and defense takes a little bit of it's very complex. So the fact that BV is still there and they're using the same defense is better probably. Okay. Jim Knowles was the top guy in all of college football. It wasn't me just saying it. Okay. And you know what? Yeah. BV looks like the man on defense. Who questioned that? At the time, Jay, it was Jim Knowles, or were they going to go get the guy from Notre Dame or all those things?
Well, all I got to say is this, like, go find another YouTube channel. If they do a show 365 days a year, go clip all the stuff they're wrong about. It'd be a lot.
I hate the word receipt. I've been wrong a lot.
I am wrong all the time. Okay. You don't need to point it out. Everyone knows that. I mean, you're not pointing anything out that nobody knows. Everyone knows I'm wrong on my picks a lot. But you know what? I still love coming on here and talking ball. It's fun as a fan. First off, I'm a fan. I'm not a guru, like a Vegas guru. Don't claim to be either. Hey, Germ.
Hey, first off, I want to address this because we haven't yet. Jay Johnson says, hope all went well today with the celebration of life for Dad. It was a great day. It was really a great day. Dad was celebrated. Christ was exalted. And it was just a great day lifting up God and celebrating what kind of man our dad was. And really was a good day overall. So appreciate you asking. Appreciate you asking, Johnson. That does mean a lot. I appreciate you.
Yeah, seeing family and people you haven't seen in a while, it's good. Man, there was something I was gonna ask before we were talking about that. What was it?
I don't know, Jay.
Dang it!
I don't know what we were talking about, Jay.
Hey, I was gonna bring this up. Mateer, okay, 17 days since the thumb injury. If you are John Mateer, you know in your mind the earliest you can get back is when?
Texas. Are you not looking at film for 3 weeks on him? No reason to prepare for Kent State or any other game for him.
Well, there could have been him helping Hawkins against Kent State. But, Jay,
Kent State.
No one was looking at film against Kent State.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, they just got to go out and execute. Listen, they're going to be prepared. They got to go out and execute the game plan tomorrow. That's what this is all about. Anybody that's played any type of sport, that's what it comes down to is execution. I mean, you'll hear Brent Venables say it. They're going to be prepared. They got to go out and execute and make plays. You know what? One thing that can't happen is what happened in Auburn. I don't know if it's corrections said earlier. You can't drop pick sixes. Also, you can't turn the ball over twice and not get a turnover. Guys, it's going to bite you in the butt one time this year if you don't start flipping that script on turnovers. You just can't. So that kind of stuff in the game like this tomorrow, you got to be 100% out, man.
Now, Jay, 918 says if they're not selling foam thumbs, hey, and then I got to get to Chris because you actually texted me this, Jay. You texted me this a day or two ago.
I did, but I hope
Jay kind of had the same feeling, but I don't think it's like if it is horrible on OU's part. It's horrible on OU's part.
Germ, if they came out tomorrow and said, well, he had a set, he's not going to
have a setback.
Germ, if they came back tomorrow and say he's not playing and they lost, do you know how many people would be all over Brent Venables for saying probable?
They're going to lose. They're going to lose their mind if he says
they
it.
They would lose their minds. Here's another thing here I want to say. Andrew Shepard, I believe with the OU radio, put out a tweet today that said,
Just saw the hype video for tomorrow. Wow. Germ, is Dr. Shin going to be on the hype video?
Dr. Shin's going to be on there.
I'm talking about the one inside the stadium that they play inside the stadium. That's the one he's
Dr.
talking
Shin's
about.
on it, Jay.
Who else? When he said "wow" and this is going to be crazy, who else would have you just?
Well, the Danny Stutzman video is going to be on it.
Oh, you think?
That's the one I was really thinking.
Oh, you think they'll replay that one?
Oh, absolutely. What you talk about something that would have Texas kind of trembling? Danny Stutzman. Do you think Arbuckle airs it out tomorrow? Cubby 580 says, or goes conservative on the ground for.
I think he tries to air it.
Cubby 580. You're not preserving a thumb. Either he's healthy or he's not. They're not going to save it. If they're going to go out there and try to preserve the thumb.
Well, and I agree with Dilligav here. Mateer, if he can play, he's playing. I mean,
now Jay Tonlo's asking, and someone else asked this earlier. Do they keep it neutral there?
Well, so that's what I was.
I thought both teams got to play theirs.
I think Hunter said Hunter texted and said that both teams get their hype video, but I
think both teams get to play it, and that's how it's neutral. Mark says, and good to see Mark on here. It's been a while. Hot take. After a great game tomorrow, Mateo will leap to the top of the Heisman race. I agree. And you know who else? Jay, you know who's not being talked about in the Heisman, and he's 80% accuracy is Julian Sayin.
Yeah.
If they keep winning and he's that accurate, he's been good. Adam says McCoy hype video.
It won't be the McCoy one. They did that one last week against Kent State, didn't they?
Teresa's an OU fan and a Cubbies fan, and she's got a chance for an elite Saturday
tomorrow,
or a disastrous Saturday.
Hey, tomorrow, if you're an OU and Cubs fan, it sets up well with the Cubs playing at 7:00 at night. But Jern, I was watching some of the Cubs game the other night. You tell me if this is a bad take. Wrigley Field in postseason might be one of the best freaking atmospheres in all of sports.
Bad take.
Bad take.
There's so much more better. There's so much better ones in baseball itself.
Oh, Germ, that's a bad take.
Are the Yankees Stadium better?
Maybe you could say Yankees and Cubs.
Red Sox.
No, Cubs is better than Red Sox.
No, it's not.
The stadium's it's jammed in there. No, it's better.
St. Louis is better than Chicago.
No, it's not.
It absolutely is.
No, it's not.
And you know what's better than both of them? Kansas City Royal Stadium.
Germ, Cubs, man, it's different. Okay. Come on now. Come on. What percentage of Mateer would you take over Hawkins?
Probably 80%.
The thing that nobody talks about,
80%.
We've talked about it a little bit. The amount of time that Mateer checks the play at the line of scrimmage or calls out where he wants to go or calls out where to pick up a blitz, that to me just puts him so much ahead of where, because he's been in the offense, he knows what he's going to do with it, whereas Hawkins still learning that part of it. So,
hey. Okay, 918, I'm going to answer it now, and if it happens, at least it wouldn't be 10-3 like Danny said. But I'm taking it. I'm happy. I'm not losing my mind at all. The only thing I'm losing my mind is OU 6-0 with maybe the best defense in a long, long time, holding a team to 7 points. Yeah, they only got 10, but it doesn't matter. I'm happy.
Well,
6-0, I'm happy.
I would answer, and I agree with 918.
Was everyone happy with 2-0 or
13-2
in the national title? Or were people saying no offense in that game?
And Crystal, if you want to get one, Crystal's just donated 5.
Get one right now.
Get one and get in the Discord, okay? Jerem, I like that question by 918. Listen, I would answer it this way. I would be ecstatic. I would be giddy. I'd be losing my mind excited that they won 10-7. But then I can promise you on the live show after the game, I will be talking about what needs to get better, and offense needs to get better.
That's kind of how you do, Jay. That's how we should.
That's called. Yeah, that's fine.
It's called being a fan.
Yeah, but yeah, I would be ecstatic. Any type of win tomorrow is a win, and get me out of there with the win.
Correct. Hey, Crystal, thanks for donating 5 unlimited members.
And
she's got a contingency plan here.
Yeah, contract. You got to sign the contract.
Got to sign. Hey,
the new members have to agree with everything she says.
if you did get one of these, email us right there at soonersurgepod@gmail.com, and you can get in the Discord because of Crystal gifting you a membership.
The Discord is hard to be in on game day when the game's going on. Because
it's hard for me to be on it, Jay.
And I'll tell you why on mine, because my phone is behind some people's. So like they'll put in their great play, and I'm like,
put on do not disturb, Jay. It's not hard.
What's that?
Put on do not disturb.
Oh, I just probably go put it in the other room and then catch up on commercials and stuff. But man, you go back to last year before this game, there wasn't a whole lot of excitement. Really, you could say in Brent Venables' 4 years at Oklahoma, there's only been 2 games that you went into this game excited. I mean, you were excited last year, but you weren't very hopeful because their offense has been bad. Now, you had the Dylan Gabriel 2023, and then this year. And I will say this. I want to say this. No matter what happens, Germ, no matter what happens tomorrow, it does not define the season. OU could go win tomorrow and then go lose 3 out of the last 5 or 4 out of the last 5, whatever, just like they did in 2023.
Or they could lose
absolutely nothing. Or they could go lose tomorrow and win out like they did some other years, and it means nothing either. All I'm saying is, yeah, the game's huge. But it's also going to be how you respond after that game for the rest of the season.
And you're right. Quarterbacks in this game matter, and John Mateer matters, and he's playing, Jay. He's playing. I am so OU in the road whites tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, road team tomorrow.
Golly, I'm so stoked to see them in the road whites.
Somebody brought this up, and I actually agree with it. It was not in this chat. It was somewhere. Maybe it was on Discord. I think it was on Discord. Germ, I would be all down for it. Both team wear their home jerseys.
No.
Orange and crimson. Why not?
They're too close in color. Are you dumb?
No, they're not.
Throw it to the wrong team.
No, they're not.
Jay, it's dumb. They would never do that.
I like it. I think it'd be kind of cool.
It's dumb.
Why is it dumb?
Hey, Surge or purge that in the chat. Surge or purge that.
Okay, surge or purge.
Would you be for both teams wearing home? Red against orange. That's too close together, dude.
I don't think it is. I think
it absolutely is.
Tennessee wears orange sometimes. I don't know how they're close in color either. Correction, it says orange and crimson are close enough. I don't know unless Jeremy's colorblind. Are you colorblind, Jeremy?
Well, I'm not colorblind or colorblind,
wow. Jay. Interesting. Everybody's saying surge, Jerm.
No, they're not.
I haven't seen one purge yet. Are you blind?
Okay, let me ask you this, Jay. What about Michigan against Ohio State when Ohio State wears their grays? Would you be for that?
Michigan's navy blue.
You don't play navy blue and gray. Jay, if you're a quarterback and you drop back, orange and red are pretty similar, bud.
No.
Yes, they are, dude. Are you dumb, or dumb?
Well, I'm definitely not dumb, so I'm not dumb, or dumb.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like it. I'm saying they're not going to do it because it's way too close in color.
Now, this would be one of the most epic things to ever happen in college football for Oklahoma or Texas would be playing a playoff and not at the Cotton Bowl. That would be history making.
Hey, this doesn't mean much because it's just one of those useless stats, but I like it because it's good vibes. Billy says the winner of the Red River has worn white 7 of the last 8 games. Oklahoma set to wear white this year. Not that it means much. Or does it?
I don't know, Germ. Does it? Does it, Germ?
Jay, you got a song tonight?
Do I have a song?
I've done one most every day this week, and I don't have a new one.
And this is a great comment, by the way. Great comment.
Now, I agree with that, but they're still too close.
Yeah, that's right. Johnson, are you sleeping tonight, buddy? Johnson, are you going to bed tonight or are you staying up all night? That's the question. Germ,
are you not ready for bed, Jay?
Are you going to sing? What are you going to sing tonight?
I'm not singing one tonight.
Not tonight?
But I am about ready for bed. It's been a It's been a day, and it's been a good day overall, man. Just a really good day. And tomorrow's going to be a great day as well.
Let's hope it's a great day tomorrow.
It's going to be a day full of passion, energy like none other, and hopefully for the good. Pre-game live, post-game live, it's going to be a blast.
That's right. It's almost time, as Johnson would say. It's
big shout out for the supers tonight, Jay, because Moses dropped a $40 super. So I want to say thanks to Moses. Also, Jen Kane dropped a super. Also, there was another super in there.
Crystal gifted 5. Corrections dropped a super.
Corrections dropped a super. Yeah.
Crystal gifted 5 memberships. Also, Daniel. Thanks to Daniel for being on here for about 45 minutes. That was cool.
Yeah.
Hear from a former player.
Hey, before we leave tonight, we got to have the chat, just fill the chat with all kinds of positive vibes or trash of Texas, okay? Something, one or the other. Positive vibes or trash talking of Texas, okay? Keep it clean, but let's hear it. Now, 918 says Johnson should try vegan vibrations at the fair. Said it's next level.
Interesting.
Tommy is live from deer camp.
There's the smoke dropping it first and early. 57.
57-0.
Oklahoma shows no mercy. Cobra Kai.
Tuck, Fexes, saw him off, baby.
Horns down, drop them.
Drop them.
Texas sucks.
Texas sucks. Let's get this bread. Orange and dirt is a good uniform color for Texas. Boom.
I like it.
Burn everything. Burn orange. Chuck keeps in it OG. Boomer.
Boomer, baby.
Sooner. We're 6-0 tomorrow, and Texas season is over. Let's go. OU has better leadership. Facts.
Man, let's do it tomorrow, Jeremy. 1 o'clock pregame?
Yes.
1 o'clock pregame. We'll see everybody on here tomorrow. Pregame.
Hey, wait, Jake. I just got to do something right now.
Oh, okay. You got something for
Stay on here with me, guys, for a second, because I love what's happening in the chat right now. Jay, is there some kind of background music you can play?
Yeah, let me get something for you.
Well, let's give some background music, guys. Before we leave here tonight, let's get something playing for me, Jay, in the background. Something that obviously not going to get copyrighted. But I've got this is too good right now. This is way too good right now. So as soon as Jay cues this up, something kind of light, Jay. Something kind of light.
I don't know if this, I guess it'd be fine and not copyright. Let me play it.
Well,
is that all right?
I don't know, Jay. Guys, we're going to do a little chalk talk, okay? Chalk talk is where you let your pen or your pencil, something I used to do in school. It's called chalk talk. No talking. Jay and I will be quiet. Listen, just drop it in the chat. Give us your take. It's called chalk talk. Let's have about a minute of chalk talk. We'll see you guys tomorrow all day for the pregame live, postgame live. Have a super Saturday, Sooner Nation.